Good morning. The 14B District Court is now in session. My name is Elaine Washington, and I'm the judge that will be presiding over this session. The court will call the case of Ypsilanti Township versus Alicia Fields Grant, case number 21T00289.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brandon McNeil, P number 81300, appearing on behalf of Ms. Fields Grant. Ms. Fields Grant, please state your name.
Alicia Fields Grant.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
We're here
morning.
for pre-trial today.
Yes,
That's
Your Honor.
correct, Your Honor. I unfortunately I didn't get a chance to get the discovery to counsel. I think it was sent to the public defender instead. I just now had an opportunity to forward the police report information to counsel, and I'm going to have to resend a link for the video. So I apologize for that. So I'm guessing, counsel, you want to adjourn to take a look at that.
Yes, Your Honor. If I can confirm that the email just came through, pause. So if I can just have an adjournment to allow me to review the discovery with my client, that'd be greatly appreciated, Your Honor.
Thank you. Does August 2nd work with your calendar?
It does, Your Honor.
Pre-trial is adjourned August 2nd, 2023 at 9 a.m. If there's nothing further, bond is continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Ypsilanti Township versus Brian McFarlane, case number 23T00304.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alexander Hermanowski, with and on behalf of Brian McFarlane. Your Honor, we are here for a pretrial. We have come to a resolution, and the resolution is for Mr. McFarlane to plead as charged with the understanding that he will be paying restitution and a prosecutor's deferred with the sentencing agreement to 6 months of probation.
And that's a correct statement of the plea and sentence agreement, Your Honor.
Thank you. Is that reporting or non-reporting?
That can be non-reporting, Your Honor.
Thank you. I will agree with the Killebrew agreement. He's pleading to all 3 counts.
That's correct.
All right, sir. You're going to be pleading guilty to count 1, dog running at large, and count 2, dog bite another dog, and count 3, dog bite another dog. Those are all misdemeanors carrying a maximum penalty of 90 days and or up to $500 fine on each count. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
In exchange for that plea, the sentence would be that you would get 6 months on non-reporting probation on a deferred sentence for the under the prosecutor's deferred. Is that your understanding of the total agreement?
Yes.
All right, please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. You may lower your hand. I'm going to go over some rights that you have that you're going to be giving up by entering into this plea. Please stop me if you have any questions or if you feel like you need to speak with your attorney again. Okay?
Okay.
You have the right to have a trial by a jury, at which time you could call witnesses to speak for you. You can get an order signed by this court to require that your witnesses come to court. You have the right to see, hear, and question any and all witnesses that are called against you by the prosecution. And you have the right to be a witness for yourself, or you could choose to remain silent. If you did choose to remain silent, the prosecutor could not comment on that. Additionally, sir, you have the right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand all those rights?
Yes.
You understand you're giving up all those rights and you're not going to be having a trial of any sort?
Yes.
You also understand that there's no automatic right to appeal this decision. So the decision you're making today is in all likelihood going to stick with you.
Yep.
And in addition to that, do you understand that if you are on probation, parole, or bond, at the time that you committed this offense, then you could be considered in violation of any or all of those.
Yes.
And were you on any of those?
No.
And in addition to that, sir, are you a U.S. citizen? Because if not, there could be immigration consequences.
Yes, I'm a citizen.
All right, thank you. To the charges. Of dog running at large, dog bite another dog, and dog bite another dog. How do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
All right. Anyone promise you anything other than what we placed on the record today to get you to plead guilty, sir?
No.
Anyone threaten you in any way, shape, or form?
No.
All right. Let's turn to the date of offense. So on April the 5th of 2023, were you in the vicinity, or were you or your dog in the vicinity of 7115 Natalie Drive?
It's 7129 Natalie Drive.
All right. Mr. Barnett, are we amending the complaint to reflect that? You're muted, Mr. Barnett.
I'm sorry. Yes, we can do that.
All right. All right. And while your dog was at that location, was it running without proper reasonable control?
Yeah.
And did it bite two dogs?
I wasn't present during the incident. So I can only confirm was in the report.
Mr. Barnett?
You don't dispute the fact that the dog was reported to have bit two other dogs, correct?
Yeah, I don't dispute it. Yeah. Sorry, I just want to clarify.
All right. Okay, looks like a Black Australian Shepherd was bitten. All right. I find that there's a factual basis for the plea, and it was willingly and knowingly made. Are you satisfied, Mr. Barnett?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Defense is satisfied.
Thank you. As to sentencing, is it being referred for a report?
If we could, Your Honor, yes.
Sentencing in this case will be on August 16th, 2023 at 10 a.m., sir. You need to make and keep an appointment with the probation department to have a pre-sentence investigation report done. I'm going to give you a phone number, and at the same time, I'm giving the phone number to everyone else. So everyone should be writing down this phone number at this time for the probation department. So please write down the phone number. When I come to you, if I refer you to probation, I'm going to ask if you wrote it down, and I can see that some people are not doing that. So that will not make me happy. I see your pen, sir. All right, 734 483 7336. Please call them after 9 o'clock tomorrow to schedule an appointment to have that completed. Okay. Mr. McFarland, did you hear me, sir?
Yes.
All
Thank you.
right. Thank you. You are all set as a condition of your bond that you get that report done. And then we'll see you back here on August 16th at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Barnett. Everyone have a nice day.
Thank you. You too. Have a good day.
Bye
Thank
now.
Ypsilanti Township versus Walter Stumbo, case number 20T00528.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Public Defender Dodgy on behalf of Mr. Stumbo. Mr. Stumbo, can you say your name, please?
Walter Stumbo.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
We're here on a pretrial today.
Yes, Your Honor. We are requesting a brief adjournment to receive some discovery.
And no objection to that. So we'll get that to him right away.
Thank you.
August 2nd, 2023 at 9 a.m. Is that okay with everyone?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Stumbo, we'll see you back then on August 2nd, 2023 at 9 a.m. Your bond is continued with no objection.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day. Ypsilanti Township versus Myron Moye, case number 23W002372.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the
Assistant
Good
Public
morning.
Defender Duffy Zebe on behalf of Mr. Moye. Mr. Moye?
You can hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
please say your name.
What you asked me?
Please state your name, sir.
Myron LaGrange Moy Jr.
Thank you.
Your Honor,
All right,
I'm not hearing anything. Say that again.
so you're gonna need to take those microphones off because it's
Can't because my phone speakers are damaged. So this is the only way I can communicate with you guys. So I don't know. I'm not used to this Zoom calling, none of this type of technology. So we're gonna have to do what we gotta do.
all right, then you're gonna need to be quiet for a moment.
I bet. Talk.
I'm sorry, what you said?
I said, all right, bet. Speak.
Are you talking to me like that?
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong. Yo, this kind of weird. Got some weirdos.
Your client's gonna need to come into the court next time so he can have that conversation with me in person.
Certainly, Your Honor. We'll be requesting adjournment on this. I have not received the ticket in this matter.
No objection. I'll make the request to the county to get the ticket to me.
August 2nd, 2023 at 9 a.m. in person. We'll see if I'm aware,
In person for what?
sir. You're very close to being held in contempt. You need to be in person
In person for what? I'm asking a question.
because I said so.
Yeah.
I'll see you then. Ypsilanti Township versus Lucas Kuykendall, case number 23T00402.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Duffy Zebe before Mr. Kuykendall. Mr. Kuykendall, could you state your name, please? Oh, you have to unmute, sir. Your Honor.
Sorry, I had to mute my phone. My name is Lucas Kuykendall.
Good morning, Mr. Kuykendall. How are you, sir?
Good morning. I'm all right. You?
I'm pretty good. All right, we're here for pretrial today.
Yes, Your
Yes.
Honor, I've discussed a potential plea in this matter with Mr. Kuykendall and with Mr. Barnett. We both require a brief adjournment to investigate this.
That's correct, Your Honor. No objection.
All right. Does the August 2nd date work?
Who, me?
Yeah, does it work with you too, Mr. Kuykendall?
August 2nd? Yeah, that should, in the morning. Yeah, that should be all right. Yeah.
Your
August
Honor,
2nd.
I did have one question. This is charged as a domestic assault. Should it be on the Monday docket?
You're correct. It should be on a Monday. One moment, please.
August 14th.
July 31st or August 14th are the options.
Honestly, any of those will be fine. It's going to be Zoom, right?
Yes, sir, it will be.
Yeah. It just got to be mornings, obviously, because I work afternoons. But yeah, any of those are fine, honestly.
Your Honor, I believe the next day would be best.
That's fine.
July 31st, 2023 at 9 a.m. Bond is continued, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. So what's that mean?
You're done. Your attorney will contact you. You can log out of that.
We'll put you on mute then. All right. Ypsilanti Township versus Shamir McCoy, case number 23W001260.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Lima on behalf of Ms. McCoy. Ms. McCoy, could you please unmute and state your name?
Ms. McCoy, if you could unmute your device, please, ma'am.
Shamir McCoy.
Thank you, Ms. McCoy. We're here for a pretrial today.
Yes, Your Honor, we have discussed a potential plea in this matter. However, I do need to speak about that with Ms. McCoy, and there's also a photograph of a fence that Mr. Barnett will need from Ms. McCoy for that, so we'd ask for a very brief adjournment for that purpose.
And that is correct. No objection.
August 2nd at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. McCoy, we'll see you back here on Zoom on that date, okay, ma'am?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good day.
You have a better day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
Mr. Wagner, who are you here with today, sir, please?
I'm here with Oliver Goodman, Your Honor.
Thank you. The court will call the case of Ypsilanti Township versus Vixie Joseph Smith, case number 22T00862.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Lima on behalf of Ms. Joseph Smith. Ms. Joseph Smith, could you state your name?
Vixie Joseph hyphenated Smith.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Are we here for a pretrial today?
Yes, Your Honor, we have a potential plea in this matter. However, Ms. Joseph Smith needs some time to speak to an immigration attorney regarding the potential consequences of that plea because she is a permanent resident.
No objection to an adjournment for that.
All right. Either August 2nd or August 16th. How long will she need?
I think August 16th would be best, Your Honor.
August 16th, 2023 at 9 a.m. Ms. Joseph Smith, please have that conversation. This will be the last adjournment.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bond is continued. Have a good day, ma'am.
You too. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Public call case of Ypsilanti Township.
I don't.
Okay, Ypsilanti Township versus Oliver Goodman, case number 23T00367.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Joseph Wagner, P25408 on behalf of Mr. Goodman. Your Honor, we're set for arraignment and pretrial. I've had a brief email exchange with counsel, and we're in agreement that we should get this gentleman arraigned because of the length of time since the offense. But we would request that you set up another pretrial date so that we can attempt to resolve this. Your Honor, my client is in a situation where we realize that you're going to refer him to community corrections. And we'd ask that you take into consideration that his license has been suspended since October, when shortly after this offense occurred, and that he doesn't want to be in a situation where he has to violate a situation where he has to drive over there repeatedly. And we'd ask you, Your Honor, to take that in consideration in setting conditions on the bond.
All right, thank you. As for the complaint, do you waive formal reading of that? And
Excuse me, Your Honor, I should have gotten to that first. Yes, we'd waive the reading and stand mute.
all right, thank you. Having waived formal reading of the complaint at this time, sir, I do have to advise you of the maximum penalties. In this case, you're charged with operating while intoxicated with a high BAC. That is a misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty of 90 days and or up to $100 fine plus court costs. I will enter a mute plea on your behalf. And then as to the advice of rights, has your client signed that particular form, Mr. Wagner?
Yes.
All right. Having signed the form, I'll just briefly go over your rights with you, sir. You have the right to have a trial by a jury and to call witnesses to speak for you at that trial. You can get an order signed by this court to require all witnesses come to court. You have the right to see, hear, and question the witnesses that are called by the prosecution and to be a witness for yourself. Or you could choose to remain silent. If you did choose to remain silent, the prosecutor could not comment on that. In addition to that, you have the right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand all those rights, sir?
Yes.
All right, thank you. And then as to a pretrial date, we have either August 2nd or August 16th as options. Mr. Wagner.
August 2nd, the sooner the better. Thank you.
Thank you. And then as to bond, I heard you on that, Mr. Barnett.
Your Honor, the allegations in this case involve a crash, and subsequent investigation reveals a alleged blood alcohol level of 0.212. I don't object to a personal bond, but I would ask for the standard conditions, including a referral to community corrections for monitoring.
All right. Well, he's gonna have to have testing at community corrections or be on a sober link. The testing at community corrections would be the cheaper option, Mr. Wagner. But the sober link is an option if he doesn't have the ability to get to community corrections.
Oh, don't.
He doesn't have the resources within this community because he's not able to work since he can't drive to his place of employment in Westland. So we would ask whatever would minimize his appearances at community corrections.
All right, sober link it is. And then no alcohol, illegal drugs, or marijuana unless approved by the court. There is no leaving the state of Michigan without permission of the court, no assault or threatening behavior towards anyone else, and all the standard bond conditions apply. Do you understand that part, sir?
Yes.
We'll see you back here on August. You must report to community corrections within 24 hours.
Okay.
I'll make him aware of that, Your Honor. Thank you.
Otherwise, it's a personal recognizance bond with those correct conditions. We'll see you here on August 2nd, 2023 at 9 a.m. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.
You're good.
Ypsilanti Township versus Mark Matthews, 23T00331.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I believe I missed the case.
Mark Matthews.
Yes, this is Mark Matthews.
Good morning, Mr. Matthews.
Good morning, ma'am.
Who's from the PD offices handling the matter, please? Oh, Mr. LeBeau, this is your case, sir.
Yes, Your Honor, this is Public Defender Davy Lebo on behalf of Mr. Matthews.
We're here for a trial today. He already said his name.
Yes, Your Honor, I'd request an adjournment in this matter as I have not had contact with Mr. Matthews up to this point.
No objection.
All right, Mr. Matthews, you need to reach out to your attorney's office and talk to them before the next pretrial so that you can get on the same page about what's going to happen, okay?
Okay, so I'm be coming back to court?
Yes, your attorney just said that he has not spoken to you, sir. So therefore, he wants to have this adjourned so that he can speak to you.
Yes, ma'am.
The pretrial in this matter will be adjourned to August 2nd. Does that work with your calendar, Mr. Matthews, at 9 a.m.?
Yes, ma'am.
August 2nd, 2023 at 9 a.m. on Zoom. Bond is continued. Have a good day, sir.
You too, ma'am.
Ypsilanti Council versus Xavier Ruffin, case numbers 22W003877, 21W0031688A, B, and C.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Lebo for Mr. Ruffin. Mr. Ruffin, could you state your name?
Xavier Ruffin.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Ruffin.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. Thank you for asking.
It's great to hear.
All right, Mr. Lebo. I believe
Your Honor,
we're
I've just
on,
received a plea offer from Mr. Barnett. With the permission of the court, I'd like to convey that to Mr. Ruffin on the record just for the sake of efficiency.
all right, you may.
Mr. Ruffin, the prosecutors offered you to plead guilty to a civil infraction of an unlicensed dog in exchange from dismissing the crime of dog at large. Would you like to accept that?
Sounds good.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, if that'll help get my docket off the beautiful honor caseload as quick as possible, I would love to do that. Okay, look at that. That's what I'm talking about.
I've been that bad this morning. You're gonna go that far with it?
No, it's all about smiles.
Okay. All right. So he's saying that he'd like to accept the civil infraction of an unlicensed dog. I believe that's a fine of $100. Is that correct, Mr. Barnett?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, sir. One moment. So you would like to admit responsibility for an unlicensed dog on August 4th, 2022 at the vicinity of Kansas and Parkwood. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let me write it up. Count one is dismissed. Fine is $100. All right. So, Mr. Ruffin, it looks like you need to be making payments on a couple of matters already. So do you want to, you're supposed to be having a $50 payment plan. What's going on with that?
Well, I'm having different issues. As you can tell, I'm
Yes.
occupying the county space. I've been here almost a month and a half.
Oh, have you? Okay. All right. So,
As soon as I get out, I will make arrangement to reduce that debt as soon as possible.
all right. One of these tickets, the 21W003168A, that is a misdemeanor. I can actually give you credit for some jail time on that one.
Sounds awesome.
$15 Washington County Jail credit for time served. Fines and costs waived on that one, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And that one will be closed. That will leave you with three more, the $100 you just pled to, and then you have the expired plates and the no proof of insurance. Those are civil infractions, and I can't give jail time for those. So that's why those are still outstanding. What I'll do is I'll schedule you for you to come back. You have an out date?
Well, I think my bond is $100. I have like $30 on my book. So hopefully the people that say they love me will express their love in monetary value shortly. But you know, you can't buy love, so who knows?
Yeah, I understand. Mr. Ruffin. All right. So why don't we put you over? I'm gonna put you over to September 13th and see where you are then, okay? September
Yeah.
13th, 2023 at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
And I hope you have an awesome day and continue smiling.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, you've definitely made me smile this morning, so have a good day.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will call the case of Jonathan Stewart, 22W002424.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Who's the bottom attorney?
Yeah, he is, and he's waiting for his client to sign this.
Jonathan Stewart?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, sir? It looks like you don't have an attorney. Is that correct?
Your Honor, this is
All right.
Oh, so I guess not. I don't.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lebel. What were you saying, sir?
Your Honor, I believe this is a PD case.
All right, thank you. You may place your appearance on the record.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Liba on behalf of Mr. Stewart.
Thank you. All right, we're here for a pretrial in this matter.
Yes, Your Honor, we have not had contact with Mr. Stewart, so we need a brief adjournment for that.
Mr. Stewart, are you, Mr. Stewart, are you aware that if you register this vehicle, if you get the vehicle registered, then you may be able to get a better resolution from the prosecution?
I can work with the owners of the vehicle to make that happen. It's not my vehicle, man.
All right.
So that's been kind of the issue in the situation.
All right, I'll adjourn it for you to do that and speak with your counsel.
Alrighty.
Does August 2nd work or August 16th?
August 16th would be better.
All right. So make sure you talk to them about that and try to work that out. I don't know if Mr. Barnett takes registration for a different vehicle, but I don't know how that
We will.
works.
Yeah, we
All
will.
right. So if you show you have a different registered vehicle, sir, in your name, then I think they'll do that as well. Okay?
All right, sounds good.
All right. Thank you. See you then.
Thank you. Sure.
Ypsilanti Township versus Summer Cook, case number 22T00331.
Paul
Yes,
Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Liba on behalf of Ms. Cook. Ms. Cook, could you state your name?
Summer Cook.
Thank you. We're here for pretrial today?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe we've not had contact with Ms. Cook. However, this was not originally my case. So I do want to verify that with Ms. Cook. Ms. Cook, have you talked to anyone from the Public Defender's Office yet?
No, I tried to reach out to the lady that left me a voice message, but I couldn't get a hold of her and her voicemail box was full each time. So
Understood. Your Honor, can we get a brief adjournment for client contact?
Do you want her to speak with Mr. Flaws or anyone in your office?
Could you put her in a breakout room with Mr. Flaws?
Thank you. I will do that. To get a list today. Ypsilanti Township versus China Jackson, case number 23T00305.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
This is Public Defender Davi Liba for China Jackson. Ms. Jackson, could you please state your name and turn on your video?
Yeah. China Jackson.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You here for pretrial?
Yes, Your Honor, we are requesting an adjournment for investigation.
No objection.
August 2nd, 2023 at 9 a.m. Bond is continued. We'll see you on August 2nd, Ms. Jackson, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Wayne Township versus George Phillips, 22W003207.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Mr. Lebo?
Your Honor, I do not believe this is a PD case.
It is.
Oh, I see, yep, I see it right here. Simple Offender Dr. Lebo on behalf of Mr. Phillips.
Thank
Good
you.
morning.
Good morning. Mr. Phillips' license is restricted at this point, so he does have a license.
Yes,
Yes.
In light of that fact, Your Honor, we'll make the following offer. We would amend, add account 2, the civil infraction impeding traffic. In exchange for an admission to that civil infraction, the township would dismiss the original misdemeanor charge.
And my understanding is that Mr. Phillips would like to accept that. Is that correct, Mr. Phillips?
That is correct.
Mr. Phillips, you are accepting responsibility for an added count 2 of impeding traffic on June 28th, 2022 at the vicinity of Clark Road and Fall River Drive in Ypsilanti Township. Is that correct, sir?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'm writing it out. The fine in that case is $180, sir. Can you pay that today?
Yes, I can.
All right. You'll have until, well, actually, you should try to pay it like on Friday. So today is Wednesday, the 12th or the 14th.
Okay.
They may not have a system before then. Okay, you can pay it online. If you pay the full thing, you can pay with a credit card online.
Online on the county website or?
14B District Court, sir.
Oh, okay. Do I?
Okay.
I'll just type my name and it'll be up there or something, or?
So what you do is you go to the 14B District Court website and it'll say pay tickets online, and then you can search by your name.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's going to have the case number. Let me give you the case number.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I gotta walk over here and get a pencil.
No worries.
Alrighty.
22W
2200.
22W
What was it?
W as in Washington W.
So 22W00W.
No, 22W 003207.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very
Type that
much.
in to be able to get it. You're welcome. Have a good day. Count 1 is dismissed.
Thank
You're
you
all
very
set,
much.
sir. You're
Thank you.
welcome. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Thanks.
Ypsilanti Township versus Teresa Ware, case number 22T00694.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Is this a PD case, Your Honor?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. This is Public Defender Dr. Lebo on behalf of Ms. Ware.
Have you had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Ware regarding her being in custody and the pre-sentence investigation report?
I have not, Your Honor. This case did not appear originally on my docket today, so I'm a little bit unsure of what's going on today. If we get past the matter, I can check that to verify my information.
Okay, thank you. I'll pass it. Ypsilanti Township versus Donetta Ware, case number 23T00038.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Dr. Lebo on behalf of Donetta Ware. Ms. Ware, could you state your name?
You need to unmute, ma'am, please. Not you, Miss Teresa Ware. We're talking to Donetta now.
Donetta Ware.
Thank you. Good morning, Miss Ware.
Good morning.
We're here for pretrial today.
Yes, Your Honor. Let me start over. Your Honor, we are seeking a potential plea agreement in this matter. However, we need an adjournment to provide some more information to the prosecutor.
No objection to that request.
Sorry, the second word.
Yes, Your Honor.
August 2nd, 2023 at 9 a.m. Ms. Donetta Ware, we'll see you then, okay? Your bond is continued. That's normal. Is that a? Mr. Bonham?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I guess we're trying to figure out if your client is in here in the waiting room. 1 second.
Yeah, they sent me a text with a video saying that they are in the waiting room, but
What's the person's name?
Julio Che Ganan.
Why don't we let in Jose first? Right, let in a couple. That person's taking a while. Just let in. Do you know your? Is that your client, Mr. Bonham?
And I can't see. Trying to.
Okay. Julio Ganan?
Hola,
Ah, there we
Are
go.
you Mr. Ganan?
sí, soy Julio Antonio Chegono.
Thank you. All right, we need- We need to get the translator in and we'll begin as soon as we get the translator.
Thank you.
I'm gonna let in some other phone numbers and find out who they are. You see why Ms. Ware is back.
I'm sorry, I don't know what happened.
That's okay. We adjourned your case to August 2nd at 9 a.m. Okay.
Okay.
Yep, August 2nd at 9 a.m. I think you accidentally got disconnected, Ms. Ware.
Okay. All right.
All right, thank you. Have a good day, Ms. Ware.
You too.
Bye-bye. All right, to Lisa, who you say?
Lisa Gibson. I don't have that person on mine.
Okay, the phone, the device that is labeled to Lisa Gibson, could you unmute and tell us your first and last name?
Tricia Hall.
Thank you, Ms. Hall. We'll put you on a list of cases to be called. You can please remute your device until your case is called, ma'am. And then who else did you say? Could the ordinance officers please put ordinance officer behind your name so that the recorder knows that you're an ordinance officer? Once again, could the ordinance officers please put an ordinance officer behind your name so that the recorder knows that you're an ordinance officer? All right, we're having a hard time getting a translator in. All right, we're gonna try it again for a third time. The individual with the last name of Norwood, could you please tell us what your first and last name is?
Douglas Norwood.
I don't think we have that on the docket today. Mr. Norwood, I don't think your case is on our docket for today, sir. Do you have a case number?
I don't have the case number, Your Honor, but I was contacted yesterday by the public defender office and they told me that I had court today, and I was aware of me having court today.
All right, it was removed from the docket because there's a bench warrant for you, so you need to call the front desk. They can advise you as to what's going on with that.
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, I'm gonna call another matter until we can find a translator. The court will call the cases of Caleb Martin, 23W001594 A and B.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Davey on behalf of Mr. Martin. Mr. Martin, could you unmute and state your name?
Caleb Martin.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, we have reached a resolution in this matter.
That's correct, Your Honor. There's two matters. One's a misdemeanor for leaving the scene of an accident. The other is a, I believe it's a civil infraction for the maybe
basic speed law.
Basic speed law, I'm sorry, violation of basic speed law. The offer would be he admits responsibility to that civil infraction. I'll dismiss the misdemeanor charge.
Thank you. All right, so you're gonna assume responsibility for a April 3rd, 2023, sorry, at the vicinity of Ellis Road and Textile Road, civil infraction of violating the basic speed laws. If you could unmute and answer the question, please, sir.
I'm sorry, could you repeat? Am I just supposed to say yes if I agree with it?
Yes, that is
Okay.
correct. If you are going to be accepting responsibility for the basic speed law on April 3rd.
Yes.
All right. Do you know what the fine is in that, Mr. Barnett? Is it the 120?
I believe that's correct, Your Honor.
$120 fine, sir. Can you pay that today?
Yeah, is it okay if I ask another question?
Yes, sir.
Is there points that come along with that?
I believe there's 2 points for that.
Okay. And I was told that I could do a driver's safety course or something to get that to go away.
That is offered by the Secretary of State, and it's completely up to them as to whether or not they want to offer you that opportunity, sir.
Okay. And how do I pay it?
You can go on the line, or go online to 14B District Court website and look up your case number. I think it's done by case number, or it could be by name, but I can give you the case number. so you can pay. Do you have a pen? Mr. Martin, are you still there?
Yeah, sorry, I just muted it.
Okay.
I could write it down, like on
All
my
right.
phone if that's okay.
That's fine. You ready?
Yep.
22W 00
0,
1594A. When can you pay by, sir?
Okay, I'm sorry. I got 22W 00159
4A.
48.
A as in apple.
Oh, 4A, and that's it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I could just pay it like through my bank account to there.
If it's a credit card, I don't know if it does debit. I think it's only credit cards only. I mean, if it's a debit card that acts like a credit card, you can do it through there. All right.
Okay.
And you can pay that by when, sir? You said today?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so I'll give you to July 14th,
Okay.
which is Friday. And it may not be available until then. You can keep checking until Friday. Okay? And the other ticket for the failure to report is dismissed.
All right. Thank you.
You're all set, sir. Have a good day.
You too.
Ypsilanti Township versus Brenda Silcock, case number 23T00265.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
And good morning, Your Honor. Zach Laza on behalf of Brenda Silcock.
Good morning. Ms. Silcock, please state your name.
Brenda Silcock.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this is a date and time for sentencing. We have received the pre-sentence investigation report. We don't have any significant additions, corrections, or deletions to note. Perhaps I missed it, but I didn't notice a recommendation per se in this report. But as far as
Hold on one
allocation,
second.
sure.
I don't actually have the report, so give me one moment. Which Miss Johnson, what did your report?
I will
Good morning.
forward it to the attorney now, and I can bring a copy over to yourself as well.
All right, thank you.
Ms. Johnson, if you could send me a copy as well. Thank you.
Judge, do you want to pass for a moment?
Yes, I'll pass it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Court will call the case of Ypsilanti Township versus Patricia Hall, 23T00322.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Lebo for Ms. Hall. Ms.
Thank
Hall,
you.
can you please state your name?
Patricia Hall.
Good morning, Ms. Hall.
Good morning.
Your
Here
Honor,
for pre-trial.
Your Honor, I apologize. We have not had contact with Ms. Hall, so if we could pass this matter and have her go into a breakout room with someone from my office.
I'm sorry, what was that? Okay.
Yes. Mr. Flaws, are you available, or is Ms. Klug here too?
Yeah, I'm available.
All right, we'll put her in with you, Mr. Flaws.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Lebo, the way this works is you have to send over a list of cases early in the morning so that we can know that they need to go into breakout rooms.
Yes, Your Honor, I apologize for omitting that.
Ypsilanti Township versus Eric Muzinski, case number 22T00765.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Javi Lepo for Mr. Muzinski.
Mr. Muzinski, if you could unmute and state your name, sir.
Sorry.
Sorry, sir, could you state your name for me? I don't know what's going on with your audio. Okay, try it there. Right there, right there.
Eric Muzinski.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Something about the way you were sitting makes it not audible if you sit back. So, okay, thank you. We're here for review today, actually. Mr. Muzinski, you were placed on 6 months now reporting probation. Has the restitution been paid and the fines and costs?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Lebow, do you confirm that, sir?
Your Honor, I believe that is correct. However, I can double check in JIS.
All right, it is confirmed.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I believe this was a deferred sentencing, so at this point, we would move to dismiss.
Sir, your case is now dismissed.
There will be no record of this. It'll be removed from my record, correct?
The way it works, sir, is it gets dismissed and then it will be as if you were never convicted. It does, I believe it is available. Oh, I can't give you legal advice. Mr. Lebow can explain it all to you or someone from his office.
Okay.
Mr. Muzinski, that is essentially correct. If you'd like more information, please contact my office and ask for me after court.
Could I please have your contact information? I don't know that I've ever had that.
I will send you a message in Zoom.
Okay, thank you.
You know how to use the chat feature, Mr. Muzinski?
I can try to.
All right, here's a little lesson for everybody who's present on Zoom here. You're gonna go, if you're on a phone, you go to the 3 dots. You'll see 3 dots to say more. Click in those 3 dots. If you click on them, you'll have a drop down that says chat. So you can click on the chat, and inside of the chat, you will see any messages that are being sent to everyone and any direct messages to yourself. Okay? Mr. Muzinski? You're muted again. I can't hear you, sir. You're muted. Could you unmute and answer whether you see it? I'm sorry.
But the phone took my mute button. It wasn't there.
Okay. Do you see it in the chat feature, sir? You see the chat?
Oh, I did.
I'm sorry?
Not see the chat feature.
Okay.
A message from me, sir.
Yes, you see it?
I don't see it.
Do you see the 3 buttons that say more, sir?
No, I do not.
3 little dots that say more on the screen. You have to look in the Zoom feature.
I'm sorry, they're not on my screen.
They're on everyone's screen, sir.
The menu for that was.
I'm sorry?
Menu for that was closed.
Okay. I don't know. You have to find some other method then to try to get him the phone number, Mr. Lebow.
Mr. Muzinski, simply just Google the public defender's office and give us a call later today, sir.
Okay, great.
Thanks.
Are we ready on the Silcock matter yet, or do we have anybody from any translator?
And Your Honor, I haven't, actually, it just came in just now. So I do have
All
the.
right, thank you. All right, so you're not
recommendation.
ready. Good morning,
Hello.
David.
Hello, Your Honor. Good morning. Do you need my
Could you
video?
Could you please raise your right hand to be sworn?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you swear or affirm you will translate from English to Spanish and Spanish to English to the best of your ability?
Yes, Your Honor, I swear.
Thank you. The court will call the case of Ypsilanti Township versus Julio Ganon, case number 23T00366.
Ok, es el caso en contra del ayuntamiento contra de Julio Bernard, caso número 23T00366.
Mr. Barnett, please place your appearance. Mr. Barnett, can you hear us?
I can now. I think I was having some internet issues.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please place your appearance on the record.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Paul Burnett, en representación del ayuntamiento.
Attorney Zach Bonham on behalf of the defendant.
Zach Bonham, por parte del acusado.
Mr. Ganon, please state your name.
Señor Manuel, por favor, deme su nombre.
Julio Antonio Chaigonon.
Julio Antonio Chaigonon.
Thank you. We're here for arraignment pretrial today.
Estamos aquí para su juicio preliminar. ¿Es correcto, señor?
Ok, sí.
Yes.
Does your client waive formal reading of the complaint?
Yes, Your Honor, we waive formal reading. We plead not guilty.
Sí, esperamos la lectura formal de la queja y nos declaramos como no culpable.
We'd also request an adjournment of the pretrial for today, as we have not received the discovery yet. Mr. Barnett did send me the link to receive it, and I'll do so after today's hearing.
También pedimos que sea tan amable su señoría de darnos un aplazamiento para la audiencia preliminar del día de hoy, debido a que todavía no hemos tenido el tiempo de ver el descubrimiento. El señor Barnett ya hizo el favor de darnos la liga para poder acceder al mismo, pero no lo tenemos listo para el día de hoy.
We have tried to fill out the advice of rights. We're missing the CTN, so I've been unable to do so yet, but I'll try to get that resolved before the next hearing.
También estamos tratando de continuar con el darle razón de cuáles son sus derechos. Sin embargo, todavía nos hace falta el CTM. No hemos tenido el tiempo de hacerlo todavía el día de hoy, pero esperamos que para la siguiente audiencia ya lo tengamos listo.
In terms of bond, I'd request a PR bond.
En términos de la fianza, pido que se le dé una fianza CPR.
Thank you. Having waived formal reading of the complaint, I do have to advise you of the maximum penalties.
Debido a que las razones de la queja se le tengo que estar dando razón de cuáles son las penalidades máximas.
You are being charged with operating while intoxicated with a high BAC.
Se le acusa de haber estado operando mientras usted estaba en estado de intoxicación con alto VAC.
That is a misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty of 90 days and or up to $100 fine plus court costs.
Eso es un delito menor que acarrea hasta 90 días en la cárcel y hasta una multa de $100 más los gastos de la corte.
Understanding where you are with your advice of rights, I'm going to go over that with you briefly.
Entendiendo dónde estamos parados ahorita, entonces en cuanto a sus derechos, los voy a repasar con usted de manera breve.
You have a right to have a trial by a jury, at which time you can call witnesses to speak for you.
Usted tiene el derecho de tener un juicio ante un jurado en donde se pueden presentar testigos para que hablen a su favor.
You can get an order signed by me to require that they come to court.
De ser necesario, pues, se le puede dar una orden firmada por mí para que se presenten ellos en la corte.
You have the right to see, hear, and question any and all witnesses that are called by the prosecution.
También tiene el derecho de confrontar y cuestionar a cualquiera de los testigos que también se le pudieran estar presentando por parte del fiscal.
You have the right to be a witness for yourself, or you could choose to remain silent. And if you chose to remain silent, the prosecutor couldn't comment on it.
Usted tiene el derecho también de fungir como testigo para usted mismo o de permanecer en silencio, y a lo cual la fiscalía tiene el derecho de hacer una amenda a eso o no.
You have the right to remain silent. I'm sorry, you have the right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Usted tiene el derecho de que se le presuma inocente a menos de que se pruebe lo contrario, lejos de toda duda razonable.
You understand all those rights, sir?
¿Entiende todos los derechos que le acabo de dar?
Sí.
Yes.
As to the pretrial, I could give you August 2nd or August 16th. Which one works best with your calendar, Mr. Bonner?
Mire, para el juicio preliminar le puedo dar agosto 2 o agosto 16. No sé cuál funcione mejor, señor Barnett.
The 16th would be best.
Señor Bonham, el 16 sería el mejor.
That's the by Mr. Barnett.
Y en cuanto a la fianza, señor Barnett,
Your Honor, I have no objection to a personal bond with appropriate conditions given the nature of the charge. The allegations involve a crash, and subsequent investigation reveals an alleged blood alcohol level of 0.203. So I would ask for referral to community corrections.
en cuanto a la fianza, no tengo una objeción de que se le establezca una fianza personal siempre y cuando se establezcan las condiciones apropiadas, debido a la naturaleza del cargo que tenemos, porque hubo involucrado un choque, así como también se están haciendo las investigaciones pertinentes para ver el alcohol que tenía él en la sangre al momento de estar operándolo, que fue de 0.203, por lo que pido que se haga un referido a las correcciones de la comunidad.
All right, Mr. Bonham, your client has the option of testing, which will be 3 times per month, or he can do a sober link.
Señor Burnham, su cliente tiene el derecho de que se le esté haciendo una prueba de sobriedad de 3 veces al mes, o lo podría estar haciendo a través de la liga.
Well, Your Honor, my concern would be his ability to get to the testing facility.
La preocupación que yo tuviera aquí sería solamente el tener que estar yendo hacia las instalaciones donde se pudieran estar llevando a cabo las pruebas.
If he thinks that he can make it there, community connections would be fine. Otherwise, my suggestion would be the sober link.
Si él piensa que pudiera llegar ahí, entonces está bien con el referido hacia la corrección comunitaria. De lo contrario, la sugerencia que yo doy es que sea a través de SoberLink.
So I'd leave it with my client as to whether or not he thinks he can make it there. And I know that'd be the cheaper option for him.
Entonces, se lo dejo a mi cliente. No sé si él pueda estar llegando ya sin problemas o pudiera ser la otra opción algo más que le quedara más barato.
Which one would you want to do, sir?
Señor, ¿qué opción quiere hacerse?
De lo más fácil.
The easiest one.
All right, sober link it is.
Se queda como SoberLink.
So you need to report within 24 hours to have the SoberLink device to pick that device up so you can test.
Entonces se tiene que estar reportando dentro de las siguientes 24 horas para que le puedan estar dando el dispositivo mediante el cual se tiene que estar haciendo la prueba.
I'll see you all back here on August 16th, 2023 at 9 a.m.
Los vemos de vuelta el 16 de agosto del 2023 a las 9 de la mañana.
By Zoom, correct, Your Honor?
By Zoom, yes. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Por Zoom.
Thank you.
Thank you. You all said have a good day.
You as
Sería
well.
todo y que tengan un buen día.
Thank you, David. Have a good day. Thank you.
It is my pleasure, Your Honor. Thank you and have a nice day as well. Bye for now.
Bye. Ypsilanti Township versus Catherine Dietrich, case number 23T00371.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Your Honor, good morning. Joe Simon on behalf of Ms. Dietrich. Ms. Dietrich, will you please state your name?
Yes, Catherine Dietrich.
Good morning, Ms. Dietrich.
Good morning.
All right, we're here for arraignment pretrial in this matter.
Your Honor, with regard to arraignment, we waive formal reading and stand mute to the charge.
Thank you. Having waived formal reading at this time, I do have to advise you of the maximum penalties. In this case, you're charged with operating while intoxicated with a high BAC, that is a misdemeanor, carrying a maximum penalty of 90 days and or up to $100 fine plus court costs. As to the advice of rights, has your client signed that form?
Yes, Your Honor, you should have that in your file.
Let me see here. I do have it. Having already signed it, I'm going to briefly go over your rights, ma'am. You have the right to have a trial by a jury, at which time you can call witnesses to speak for you. You can get an order signed by this court to require that they come to court. You have the right to see, hear, and question any and all witnesses that are called by the prosecution. You have the right to be a witness for yourself, or you could choose to remain silent. If you chose to remain silent, the prosecutor could not comment on that. In addition to that, you have the right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those rights, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
All right. As to the bond,
Your Honor, my client is 24 with no prior criminal history whatsoever. As I verified to the township in writing, while the case was pending, being open because it was blood, there was some delay. My client did an assessment at Von Swartz and has already completed her aftercare. We are not quite able to resolve the case because there's some continuing discovery. We'd actually hoped to get to that place by today, but in any event, Your Honor, I'm asking for a personal recognizance bond. I did tell my client to expect a request from the township for a referral to community corrections if the court is going to make that order, that we are requesting that any testing be done by SoberLink.
Your Honor, I don't have an objection to a personal bond. I would ask for, as counsel anticipated, a referral to community corrections. I don't oppose the SoberLink. The case allegations involve a traffic stop. Subsequent investigation reveals an alleged blood alcohol level of 0.220.
thank you. As to the bond, I am going to place you on the SoberLink device, ma'am. You need to go to community corrections to have that placed within 24 hours. No leaving the state of Michigan, no alcohol, marijuana, or other illegal drugs. Standard bond conditions apply. As to the next pretrial date, does August 2nd or August 16th work with your calendar, Mr. Simon?
If we could do this the date of the 16th, Your Honor, that works a lot better, if that's okay with my client.
Yes, that is okay.
Okay, August 16th, 2023 at 9 a.m. In PR bond and with the conditions I just indicated are in place at this time.
Thank you, Your
All right.
Honor.
Thank you. We'll see you then, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are we ready on the Silcock matter yet?
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court will recall the case of Brenda Silcock, case number 23T00265.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Exactly. As on behalf of Ms. Silcock, I have received the PSI recommendation. I forwarded that to Ms. Silcock. The only correction or I guess clarification that I would know is that the PSI indicates that her license is not valid. Her driving record does note not valid, but it says not valid restricted. Her license has been restricted since February of 2010. By way of elocution, she is a United States military veteran, Marine veteran. She was honorably discharged. She's had no criminal offenses for nearly 2 decades. She's been sober for 17 plus years. She has shown extreme remorse for this incident and accepted responsibility. I note that the PSI asked for restitution to remain open, which we do not object to, but she has paid restitution for the accident, nearly $2,700. Otherwise, I would ask the court to adopt the recommendation of completion of the basic driver rehab class with a review in 60 days to monitor compliance.
Thank you. Mr. Barnett?
Your Honor, I've also reviewed the recommendation. I support it. I would ask that restitution be reserved for 60 days just to ensure that's the case.
All right, thank you. Ms. Silcock, is there anything you'd like to say prior to sentencing, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
I'm going to file a recommendation of the probation department. 90 days in the Washington County Jail, 0 credit, 90 days are suspended. So if you do everything you're supposed to do, then you will not have to complete any additional or any jail time now. Fines and court costs in this particular case for a total of $625. Restitution is reserved for 60 days. I believe you said she has completed the ABR class, or?
That was the recommendation, and she hasn't completed the class yet.
Okay, she has not. All right. Complete the ABR level 2 basic driver rehab, and we'll set a review in 60 days for September the 13th, 2023, and that'll be at 10 o'clock a.m. Ma'am, if you have completed everything that you need to do by that time, then you'll be done with the matter, but you need to get those few things done. And thank you for your service and having completed your restitution in advance. I believe you've done that, but we'll leave it open just to make sure. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And Judge,
Thank
did she
you.
set up the ABR class through probation or through the Secretary of State directly?
Through probation.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You as well.
Ypsilanti Township versus Jeffrey Hall, case number 23T00275, as well as 23W001133.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Your Honor, Joe Simon on behalf of Mr. Hall. Mr. Hall, will you please state your name?
Good morning, Jeffrey Hall.
And Your Honor, I think we've reached a resolution in the matter. Mr. Barnett, do you want me to state it or would you like to state it?
Well, I can put it on the record, I think.
Sure.
So with respect to case number 23T2750D, the township would amend that complaint, add account 2 of operating while visibly impaired. That is 257.6253-A, 93 days, $300. In exchange for a plea of guilty to that added charge, the township would dismiss the original count 1. In addition, we are agreeing to dismiss the civil infraction that's set for formal hearing in 23W1133.
Thank you.
Your Honor, that's our understanding of the agreement. My client is ready to enter that plea. I will indicate when you set your sentencing date, if it makes a difference, that my client, and I supplied this to the township, has not only been screened and assessed, but he's 1 class shy of completing the Dawn Farm Discovery Group, which should be completed within 2 weeks.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Hall, you've heard the prosecutor place the agreement on the record. Is that your understanding of it? And is that what you want to do?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right, if you could please raise your hand, sir. Do you swear affirm the testimony about to provide with the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. All right, the maximum penalty was just stated by the prosecutor, and as you are aware, it is a maximum of 93 days and or a $300 fine. It's operating while visibly intoxicated. You have some rights I'm going to go over with you. I think you'll be fine. If you have any questions, you know what to do. you have the right to have a trial by a jury, at which time you can call witnesses and speak for you. You can get an order signed by this court to require that they come to court. You have the right to see, hear, and question all witnesses that are called against you and to be a witness for yourself, or you can choose to remain silent. If you chose to remain silent, the prosecutor cannot comment on that. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand all those rights, sir?
Yes, I do.
You understand you're giving up all those rights?
Yes.
And as you know, there's no automatic right to appeal. So this decision is likely to stick with you. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
And also there is, if you're on probation, parole, or bond, there could be a violation. You were not on any of those, correct?
I was not.
And you are a US citizen, correct?
Yeah.
All right. As to the charge of operating by visibly impaired, how do you plead?
Guilty.
All right. Anyone promise you anything other than what's placed on the record to get you to plead guilty, sir?
I have not.
Anyone threatening you in any way, shape, or form?
No.
All right. Let's turn to the date of offense itself, and I have a few questions about that. So on March 3rd of 2023, were you operating a motor vehicle at the vicinity of South Huron and Joe Hall here in Ypsilanti Township, sir?
Yes.
And at the time you were operating, were you under the influence of alcohol?
Yes.
And at the time, was there a blood alcohol content test done?
Yes, there was. It was blood.
Do you know what the
Point
what the result?
Sorry.
0.274.
0.27.
0.275.
Four.
All right, that's
Actually.
right. 4. I find that there's a factual basis for the plea has been willingly and knowingly made. Are you satisfied, Mr. Barnett?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Your Honor, can I put two things on the record?
You may.
Number one, Mr. Hall, you have been advised by counsel other than me regarding potential collateral consequences of this plea. Is that true?
That is true.
And number two, Your Honor, I should have done this early, pardon me. Mr. Barnett, I believe will confirm that the township won't be seeking any upfront incarceration in this case. And although it's not customary for the court to impose that when someone's compliant, I wonder if the court will confirm that and commit to that under People versus Cobbs.
And I also would agree to that, Your Honor.
Confirmed. All right, sentencing in this matter will be on August 16th. Does that work with your calendar, Mr. Simon? I think I
Yes.
just gave you one that date. Right?
Thank you. Yes. Mhm.
August 16th, 2023 at 10 a.m. All right, case number 23W00133 is dismissed, as well as count 1 in the other case, case number 275. Do you have the phone number for probation, Mr. Hall?
I do. I wrote it down earlier, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, everyone, so make sure you contact them to have that assessment done, sir. And I'm glad you've actually been working through the discovery group. So, all right, thank you.
I have the Don Farms assessment done, which I have had done already.
Okay, all right, so if it's already done, then probation gets to decide whether they find that one acceptable or not. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't, but you have to talk to them about it. Okay? All right, thank you. You're all set,
Thank you,
sir.
Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Ypsilanti Township versus Judy Stringham, case number 22W001537.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jeremy Floss, student attorney on behalf of Ms. Stringham. Requesting permission to practice pursuant to Michigan Court Rule 8.120 under the supervision of Assistant Public Defender Davia LeBeau.
Permission is granted.
Ms. Stringham, could you?
Ms. Stringham,
Hello?
please state your
Hello,
name, Ms. Stringham.
Judy Stringer.
Thank you. All right, we're here for a pretrial in this matter. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 adjournments. She is still revoked. No more.
That's
hearings.
correct. That's correct, Your Honor. As we discussed last court date for the pretrial, Ms. Stringham was scheduled for a hearing on June 21st. She had that hearing. She was able to get all holds to her license removed. She paid all fines and costs related to that. All she needs to do is go to the Secretary of State and pay the reinstatement fee to get her license reinstated. So all we'd be asking you for is one final brief adjournment.
Wait.
Okay.
It still shows revoked. I'm not sure what you're saying, why you're saying that.
Okay.
I don't have any
That's
proof of that.
right. And that's what she told me. Ms. Stringham, you had the hearing on the 21st, right?
Correct.
And what was that hearing about?
It was about the fines and costs from being revoked almost 20 years ago. They cleared me in probation, and so now I can finally go reinstate my license.
I don't know what you mean by they cleared you in probation.
It states order for discharge from probation.
That doesn't mean you can get your license now.
Yeah, she said I could from the other time that I appeared to clear a pending warrant. That's my understanding, that I can just go show the paperwork and reinstate my license since the case is now closed.
She's revoked.
Until I go to the Secretary of State. They said they needed a letter from the court. And I have a letter stating that the case is closed where I can reinstate my license. That's my understanding anyway.
Your Honor, could I have a brief pass on this matter and speak to Ms. Stringham in a breakout room to discuss what a revoked license requires to get that unrevoked?
They told me. That's what they told me. That's all I know.
All right, I'll pass it. Are we ready on the Patricia Hall matter yet?
No, she's.
Not yet, Judge. All right, thank you. What about the Teresa Ware matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court will recall the case of Teresa Ware, case number 22T000694.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Dottie Lee before Ms. Ware. Ms. Ware, could you unmute and state your name, please?
Hello.
Good morning, Ms. Ware. Please state your name. Yes, I can.
Teresa Ann Ware. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Ware. All right, we're here for sentencing as well as the fact that Ms. Ware is in violation of her bond by violating her tether. Ma'am, as to the bond, the allegations are that you violated your tether conditions on 2 separate occasions. On June 22nd at 8:30 a.m., you went into the inclusion zone, meaning you went into an area that you were not supposed to be in, and they sent you warning messages. They were ignored. You left at 8:30 and didn't return until 8:46 a.m. And then on July 2nd, you left at 12:08 p.m. And then they said that multiple sirens were sent. And you said you went to the store and would be back shortly. You went to the store without, or you left and then you said you went to the store.
May I talk? Can I
Not
take-
yet.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Lebo?
Your Honor, I believe Ms. Ware would like to plead guilty to the bond violation today. Is that correct, Ms. Ware?
Yes, I did go to the store to get the baby some milk. Yes.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn, ma'am. You swear or affirm the testimony about to provide with the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
So help me God.
Right, you may lower your hand. Ms. Ware, is it true that you left without permission on June 22nd at 8:30 a.m. and didn't come back to 8:46 a.m.?
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm. And is it true that you also left on July 2nd at 12:08 p.m. and went to the store, is what you said?
Yes, ma'am. And I did tell my supervisor that I got the Taylor on. Also, the people called and I told them I had to get some. Yes, ma'am.
All right. I find that there's a knowing and willing admission to the violation. Are you satisfied, Mr. Barnett?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Lebo?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. As to the sentencing, have you had a chance to review the pre-sentence investigation report with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Any additions, deletions, or corrections to be made to it?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from the people?
No, Your Honor.
Anything as to allocution on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
Anything, Ms. Ware, you want to say before sentencing?
I want to say I'm sorry for putting myself and you through it. I'm putting my children through stuff. They keep botting me out. My bills are being behind. I didn't mean to get in this much trouble. I've been coming here since January and I'm very hurt. I am a responsible person. I've been in my home for 29 years. I pay taxes. I'm obey the law. My dad was a police officer from 1946 to 1966, Ypsilanti. I'm having problems with my uncle, Lee Tucson, Roland Tucson, and Karen Tucson. It's a civil case. It's got to do with my dad's money. And they've been harassing me and make me look very bad because of my younger days when I was on drugs. In 1985, I went to prison. I apologize to you and everyone, even my grandkids and my children, putting everybody through everything.
Ms. Ware, I'm very concerned about you. You're making some very unusual decisions. Things that could be handled much differently. You choose to do them in direct contradiction to this court's orders. You could get permission to leave to go to the store, but instead you just leave. I'm hoping that this sentence here will help you to try to get things on track because you, there's no doubt that there are other issues going on with respect to this estate, but your reaction and your inability to see your part in it is very concerning.
I have a therapist, ma'am.
You have a therapist now?
I've been had one. I've been had one since I've been coming to your court. And every time it's Mondays, I've been supposed to go. Well, I've been going. I have not got a chance to go since I've been in this trouble.
Well, I hope that you get a chance to go
Thank
and
you.
that you can try to talk through some of this because you're making some terrible decisions.
I understand. I haven't been, but my therapist's name is Victoria. If you want to, I can get her name and number for you and you can talk to her. She knows what's going on too.
All right. Is the sentence of this court that you served 93 days in the Washington County Jail, credit for 43 days served, 50 are suspended. You're on probation for 9 months. Fines and court costs in this case for a total of $225. I'm doing the minimum amount. Restitution is reserved for 60 days. You're on probation for 30, your probation oversight fees are $30 per month. Meet with probation when we're directed. Report to probation officer monthly. You need to do that. Is that online or well, the probation officer will talk to you about how she wants you to report. You complete the mental health assessment within 45 days of sentencing and follow all recommendations. Sign a release of information. You complete the community corrections anger management course. You need to register for that within 1 week.
Where do I go, ma'am?
Your probation agent will help you to explain how to sign up for that, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You to submit to pay and be responsible for random drug and alcohol tests 3 times per month. No use or possession of alcohol, marijuana, illegal drugs, or drug paraphernalia. No possession of any firearm components. Yes.
I have a card for marijuana. I hurt my back at work, and I got a lawsuit with them. I do have a card for marijuana, and I do have take prescription drugs because of my back. I hurt my back very bad. I have chronic pain. And I can
All right. All right, ma'am, you're gonna need to provide a copy of your card to the community corrections and a letter of necessity to the court so that I can review it and approve you for that, okay?
Okay, but I haven't been to the doctor because I keep getting in trouble.
All right, well, you're gonna need to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
No use or possession of any firearm components, ammunition or other dangerous weapon, and no be in presence of anyone using them. You to complete the armed personal responsibility course within 60 days. And you're restrained from harassing, stalking, or threatening or engaging in any other conduct that would place Roland Tucson in reasonable fear of bodily injury. No assaultive or threatening behavior towards him or anyone else. No contact with him. No go to 274 Wallace, Ypsilanti. You then continue the GPS. I'm going to see you back here in 45 days.
Okay, I have it on right now. It's been going off. It just went off just a minute ago. I've been following the rules.
They know where you are.
Pardon?
I'm going to see you back here in 45 days. That'll put you here on August 30th.
Okay. I'll be glad to see you.
All right. I'll see you in person, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I want to see you too.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Ware.
God bless you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ypsilanti Township versus Gershine Fine, case number 22T00865.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Chinazi Kiriakinwili on behalf of Mr. Gershine Fine. Mr. Fine, can you state your name for the record?
Gershon Fine.
Thank you. Good afternoon, or it's still morning. Good morning, Mr. Fine.
Good morning.
Judge, I've had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Fine in regards to the recommendation. We have reviewed it. There are no changes to be made to the report, and Mr. Fine is asking that the court follow the recommendation.
Thank you. Anything from the township?
Your Honor, I've also reviewed the report and recommendation, and I support the recommendation.
Thank you. Mr. Fine, is there anything you would like to say prior to sentencing?
No, I understand all the recommendations, and I'm in complete agreement.
Sir, I've reviewed the recommendations and I've reviewed the police report as well as the assessment in this particular case. I am going to follow a recommendation. Sir, it's the sentence of this court that you serve 93 days in the Washtenaw County Jail, credit for 2 days served, 91 are suspended. 8 days of community service, 18 months of probation, fines and court costs in this particular case for a total of $625. $30 per month probation oversight fee, continued treatment at the home of New Vision, sign a release of information. Attend the MAD Victim Impact Panel, attend the Victim Impact Panel within 45 days of this sentencing. Report to probation officer monthly via online reporting. And you must comply with any and all home visits. Complete the armed alcohol highway safety course within 60 days of this sentence. No use of possession of alcohol, marijuana, illegal drugs, or any other drug paraphernalia, and no being in the presence of anyone using it. Same is true for firearms, firearm components, ammunition, or other dangerous weapons. You must drug and alcohol test 4 times per month, and any other time is ordered by the court, probation, or police agency. Your vehicle is immobilized for 90 days. You are to attend 12-step meetings 3 times per week and provide proof of those attendances. At least one of those meetings should be in person, okay, sir?
Yes, I understand. I have one question.
Yes.
The 90 day automobile immobilization, what exactly does that mean?
That means that you're not able to use your the vehicle for 90 days. It's going to be immobilized by the Secretary of State.
My only issue with that is getting to and from work and appointments.
That's a mandatory immobilization, sir. The Secretary of State does it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Your next court date is going to be on October the 11th, 2023, and that's at 10 a.m. For review.
Okay. October 11th, 10 a.m.
Yes, that's to see how you're doing, whether you're on track with your probation. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Good luck to you in your process.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Are we ready on the Patricia Hall matter yet?
Yes, Your Honor.
And we also have someone named Summer Cook that we passed a long time ago. We haven't heard on that either.
She's ready as well, Your Honor.
Ypsilanti Township versus Patricia Hall, 23T00322.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Daviliba on behalf of Ms. Hall. Ms. Hall, could you state your name, please?
Patricia Hall.
Thank you. Good morning again, Ms. Hall.
Good morning.
All right, we're here for pretrial.
Yes, Your Honor, we would like to set this matter for a final settlement conference, although we are hopeful that we will be able to reach a resolution in the meantime between now and then.
Final settlement conference will be on August 24th, 2023 at 11 a.m. And jury selection will be on September 1st, 2023 at 9 a.m.
I apologize, Your Honor. Could you repeat that first date?
August 24th
Thank you.
at 11. And then the next one is on September the 1st. The September the 1st is in person, Ms. Hall, okay? That's the day that the jury will be here and it'll be in person, so you should come prepared to pick a jury, so please dress properly, okay?
Okay, in person at 9 o'clock? Where's it?
Ma'am.
Okay.
14B District Court.
Am I allowed to go with my mother?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Be safe. God bless.
Thank you. Court will call the case of Ypsilanti Township versus Summer Cook, case number 22T00331.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Law student attorney on behalf of Ms. Cook, requesting permission to practice pursuant to Michigan Court Rule 8.120 under the supervision of Assistant Public Defender Shanaza Ikiriak and Ruli.
Permission's granted.
I have had a chance to speak with Ms. Cook in the breakout room. I appreciate you giving us the opportunity to speak. We would be asking for an adjournment in this matter to go over discovery with Ms. Cook and to maybe possibly ask the prosecutor for a plea in this matter and or set for a final settlement conference at the next stage.
August 2nd or August 16th?
Ms. Cook, which day works for you best?
Either one works. Maybe the 16th, because I've heard less people say that date. So
Okay. August 16th, 2023. Yeah, that's a good reason at 9 a.m. Bond is continued. Make sure you reach out to your attorneys and have a conversation with them before that date so you don't have to wait. This was a long wait. You got called early in the morning for you to still be here.
okay, thank you, Judge.
Have a good day.
You too.
Ypsilanti Township versus Ajay Holmes, case number 23T00039.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Public Defender Davi Leba on behalf of Ms. Holmes. Ms. Holmes, could you state your name? Ms. Holmes, could you please unmute and state your name?
Is she even here? Miss Ajay Holmes.
This is Mr. Holmes. I'm sorry, I was kind of
Mr.
confused.
All right, I understand. Mr. Holmes, could you please state your name, sir? Mr. Ajay Holmes, please state your name, sir.
Ajay Holmes.
Thank you. We're here for a pre-trial today? Thank you, sir. We're here for a pre-trial today?
Yes, Your Honor, we have not yet had contact with Mr. Holmes, and it does appear this case will also require some additional investigation on our part, and therefore we would ask for an adjournment.
No objection.
The 2nd or the 16th?
Let's do the 16th, Your Honor.
August 16th, 2023 at 9 a.m. Bond is continued. All right, Mr. Holmes, we'll see you on the 16th. Do you have the PD's office numbers so you can contact them and make sure that you don't have this problem next time? And I don't know if you want him to go in with someone to give their contact info. You want him to go in, Mr. Floss, now?
If you could put him in with
Yeah,
Mr. Flaw, I would appreciate that, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Holmes, you're gonna go in, Mr. Floss, so they can make sure they have their contact info.
Yeah, I'm looking in the chat right now.
Put him in.
Contact code figures out.
Are we ready on the Stringham matter yet? Anybody?
Yes, Your Honor.
What would we call the case of Judy Stringham, 22W001537?
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Public Defender Davi Leap on behalf of Ms. Stringham. Ms. Stringham, could you please state your name?
Please unmute your device, ma'am.
Judy Stringham.
All right. Given that I'm not giving any more adjournments in this matter, what would you like to do, Mr. Lebo?
I believe we have an agreement to plead to no ops on person.
And that would be a correct statement of the plea offer.
All right. Ma'am, no operator's license on person is still a misdemeanor. It carries a maximum penalty of 90 days and or up to $100 fine plus court costs. In exchange for a plea to that, which also has no points, they would dismiss the driving while license suspended. Is that your understanding of the plea agreement, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that what you want to do today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, thank you. You may lower your hand. Ma'am, I'm gonna go over some rights that you have that you're gonna be giving up by entering into this plea. Please stop me if you have any questions or if you feel like you need to speak with your attorney again. You have the right to have a trial by a jury, at which time you can call witnesses to speak for you. You can get an order signed by this court to require that they come to court. You have the right to see, hear, and question any and all witnesses that are called against you, and to be a witness for yourself, or you could choose to remain silent. If you did choose to remain silent, the prosecutor could not comment on that. In addition, you have the right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those rights?
Yes.
Do you understand you're going to be giving up all those rights and you're not going to be having a trial of any sort?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also understand that there is no automatic right to appeal this decision. So the decision you're making today, in all likelihood, is going to stick with you.
Yes, I do.
And in addition to that, if you're on probation, parole, or bond at the time you committed this offense, then this could be considered a violation of any or all of those. Were you on any of those?
No.
All right. In addition to that, If you're not a U.S. citizen, there could be immigration consequences. Have you had, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
All right. To the charge of no operator's license on person, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Anyone promise you anything other than what we placed on the record to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Anyone threatening you in any way, shape, or form?
No.
All right. On March the 28th of 2022, were you operating a vehicle in the vicinity of Auburndale and Montreal here in Ypsilanti Township?
Yes.
And at the time, did you not have a valid license on your person? Your license was suspended or revoked?
Correct.
All right. I find that there's a factual basis for the plea has been willingly and knowingly made. Are you satisfied, Mr. Barnett?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Lebo?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. As to sentencing, do you want immediate sentencing today?
That is correct, Your Honor.
No objection.
All right. Anything you want to say on behalf of your client, Mr. Lebo?
No, Your Honor. Ms. Stringham does now have a valid license. Since we are hoping the court would sentence Ms. Stringham to minimum cost due to her lack of income.
I'm sorry, you said she has a valid license. She's revoked.
She simply needs to pay the clearance fee, and at that point it'll be valid.
She's revoked. She will not just pay a clearance fee. She's revoked. That's not how that works.
Apparently, I did not have quite accurate information then, Your Honor, and I apologize for that.
Yeah, seems like that's happening.
All right. As to the sentence, ma'am, anything you want to say?
No, I was told, yes, before I was told I could reinstate with a letter from the courts. Now, my attorney here, Jeremy, said I have to talk to the Secretary of State for a revocation hearing. So that's
do,
maybe
okay.
why everything got confused
have-
there, but I don't.
You have to apply, ma'am, for a
Call the
yeah,
Secretary of
it's a-
State.
yeah, it's a lengthy process. So you might want to seek legal counsel for that part of the process. So
That's what I was told. Thank you.
you're welcome. All right. Having said all that, ma'am, I know you got a lot to go through to try to get your license back. So I'm gonna do fines and costs in this particular case. Instead of my standard $325, I'm gonna do you at $225. Okay.
Is that what the court costs?
Yeah, it's total of $225, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Do you can you pay that today or where are you?
No, he would suggest a $25 a month payment plan. I have no income at all. My husband
Oh, I see.
gets Social Security, so I'd have to have him pay. So 25 a month, I'm going to be applying for my own disability, which takes a little time. So maybe I could pay it before that if I get some income going. But other than that, I'd appreciate
$25 per month on what day, ma'am? Of the month?
what day a month?
Wanna
It
go
have
with
to be third of the month, so maybe 7th of the month, maybe.
7? All right, let's go with the 7. $25 per month on the 7th of each month. And then what we'll do is we'll schedule you to come back here on October the 11th to see if you're making your payments. If you are making your payments, ma'am, you don't need to be here. You only need to be here if you're not making them, okay?
All right, sounds good.
All
I
right.
appreciate
Thank you. Count 1 is dismissed. You're all set, ma'am. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too, huh? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Ypsilanti Township versus Ian Greenlee, case number 23T11844.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Ian Greenlee.
Thank you, Mr. Greenlee.
Yeah, we're here for a zoning hearing. Mr. Gooden is here. He had a chance to talk to Mr. Greenlee. What we're asking for, I believe, is a 4-week adjournment to allow him to do some various things, repair the parking lot, paint the lot, and repair the west side fence. Did I cover all that, Mike?
Yes, that's correct.
So we're asking for 4 weeks.
Yes.
I can give you 3 or I can give you 5.
Why don't we do 5 if it sounded like 4
right.
was what you needed, Mr. Greenlee?
August 16th, 2023 at 10 a.m. All right, and we'll see you all here. It's my understanding that if you've done those things that he just listed, sir, then you would be able to probably get this matter resolved very quickly. Okay?
Good, cool, thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you then. Thank you, Mr. Gooden.
See you, Your Honor.
Ypsilanti Township versus Jasandra Green, case number 22T00863.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Jasandra Green.
Good morning, Ms. Green. All right, we're here for a review. What's going on with your MRT class, Ms. Green?
I haven't been able to get a hold of Mr. Brown. I went there 6/22. I was in the hospital from 6/9 to 6/20, I think 22 or 21. And when I got out the hospital, I went there for my appointment. And I thought that my appointment was at 2:30, but he said it was at 2 o'clock. So then he gave me an appointment to call me for an intake 6/23 at 2:30, but I never got the call. And I've been calling, leaving messages, but I haven't heard from him.
So apparently, you were told that your initial intake was going to be on June 22nd, and you were supposed to return on June 23rd. You did not return as you were directed to do. And
No, I wasn't
get-
supposed to. I'm sorry, Judge.
I gave you a last opportunity to get into that class when you were here last time.
I know, but
So-
what do you want me to do if I was sick in the hospital and I couldn't go? I got out on the 21st and I went there and I just got the times wrong. I had a stroke. I don't remember things like that. So this paper, what the lady gave me said phone intake 6/23 at 2:30, which I have here, and he never called me.
I'm gonna formally arraign you on this violation. It is alleged that, ma'am, you were discharged from your MRT program on June 26, 2022. You also failed to report as directed, and you failed to pay your court fees as ordered. You're entitled to have a hearing on this matter, at which time, if it is found that you violated the terms of your probation, you can be subjected to the original maximum penalty in this case. The recommendation at this time, have you gone over that with your client? Oh, what we need to do is appoint her an attorney, because the recommendation is jail time at this point.
I don't understand why would it be that, ma'am? If I was in the hospital, what can I do? I have a sickness that's
Ma'am,
causing me.
Ma'am, you can stop talking now. It's probably in your best interest. Okay? Thank you. I'm referring this over to the appointing authority. Mr. Lebow, I'm going to presume that they're going to appoint the PD's office to represent her. Can you, or someone from your office, please speak to her today and let me know what she wants to do regarding her violation of probation options?
Your Honor, we would ask for an adjournment in anticipation of appointment.
Mr. Lebow, I just asked you to go speak to her and ask and to tell me whether she wants the hearing or not today.
Oh,
Okay.
I apologize. I didn't hear you.
All right, thank you. So you can do it or Mr. Floss. Which one would like to do it, please? You're muted, Mr. Lebow.
Yeah, if you could, if
Or
you,
Mr. Works. I guess Mr. Works is here too.
yes.
I
If
can do it, Judge.
I'm sorry.
I can do it, Judge.
All right, thank you. We'll put you in with Ms. Kyriakou.
Thank you.
Yes. Call will call the case of Ypsilanti Township versus Carlos Thomas, 22T00794.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Good morning, Mr. Thomas.
Assistant Plus Senator, I believe behalf of Mr. Thomas. Mr. Thomas, could you state your name?
Carlos Thomas Senior.
Thank you. Sorry about that, Mr. Lebow. All right, he's here today for a review regarding his outstanding fines and costs.
Yes, Your Honor, I've reviewed his payments and he is current on the payments in this matter.
Oh, yes, he was actually supposed to be excused today. He's been here a long time.
Yes, I was surprised to see him here, Your Honor.
All right, so sir, you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. You're current. Is there anything you want to say to me today since you waited all this time?
Yeah, I'm actually waiting to get finished painting. I'm on the job right now, but yeah, I'm trying to get it knocked down. I don't want to be on this for the rest of this year.
All right, I understand. So let's see here. You were on 6 months non-reporting, so in actuality, now you're just on for the restitution. All right. All right. So you got a balance of 2,075.
No, I actually made a payment today. It should be 1675, Your Honor.
1675. Okay. All right.
Yes.
So we'll see you in 90 days. We'll see you in 90 days and see if you've paid it all off. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
So that'll be on. Well, I don't have to see you if you're paying, but that'll be on October the 11th.
Oh, I'm paying. I'm trying to get it done fast as possible.
All right. All right. If you're paying, then I won't see you that day. So just check in with Ms. Straub to make sure you're excused. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Take
Thank
care, sir.
Thank you.
Ypsilanti Township versus David Ketchens, case number 22T00749.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Okay. Mr. Ketchens, are you present, sir?
I'm present. I'm sorry. Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ketchens. Mr. Ketchens, you're here today on a violation of probation. So I need to arraign you on the violation. The violation alleges that you failed to complete community service, failed to complete the armed alcohol highway safety course, failed to pay your fines and costs, and failed to report to probation for over 90 days. If you are found to be in violation of your probation, the technical violation is that you failed to complete the community service and failed to complete the armed alcohol highway safety class and to pay the fines. The non-technical violation is that you failed to report to probation for over 90 days, making this matter a matter in which if you are found in violation, you can be subjected to the original maximum penalties. And at this point in time, there is a recommendation for that. I'm going to refer you over to the appointing authority, so I'm going to need one of those forms to do so. You should speak with legal counsel to advise you on this. If you are found to be guilty or if you admit to guilt, you can be subjected to the original maximum penalties. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right. Give me one moment to get this form so that I can refer you over to probation. I mean, to the PD's office.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Fuck me.
All right, I'm going to, do you want him to go with Mr. Works or Mr. Floss? You're muted.
Mr. Works, Your Honor, I apologize.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Works. Here you go, sir. Court will call the case of Ypsilanti Township versus Montreal Tinsley, case numbers 19W001019, as well as 18S3419979.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Dodger Lee on behalf of Mr. Tinsley.
Mr. Tinsley, first of all, can you please unmute your device? Mr. Tinsley, please unmute your device.
I did.
Are you sick?
Am I sick?
Correct.
No, I was just in a bad car accident. That was
So
just
that's why you're in.
that's like in 2019. I'm paralyzed.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
The lady hit me and paralyzed me.
All
And
right.
I'm wondering, you know, sometimes I want to ask, you know, they concerned about a ticket, but they still haven't caught the lady that hit. This been since 2019. I haven't got restitution or that for none of that.
All right. So he's here. Let me understand this. You're on two matters, two driving while license suspended
Yeah.
from 2019. And so, sir, state your name for me, please.
Montreal Divine Tinsley.
Thank you, sir.
You could look up everything.
So he just admitted to this. Pled guilty to the no license on person back on February the 28th of 2023. And there must be one more one of these. Can you print out the ROA and the ticket that ends in 9979 for me, please? Oh. Found it. Thank you. Okay, thank you. All right, so he pled to he pled guilty to the driving while license suspended way back in 2018, I think, before the accident. Well, it doesn't really reflect that. So, sir, you are completely disabled?
Yeah, I can't walk. The lady hit me, and she ain't been charged with nothing. It's been since 2019. And I've been wondering when they gonna charge it with it. I haven't got paid for my truck, paid for workman's comp, nothing. So I've been messed up ever since that. And they don't provide transportation where I'm at, so I can't go to the courthouse. But I understand you could send a check or pay online.
But are you just getting disability?
Yeah, I can tell. Yep, I do. But I'm disappointed in that court. If it was me that hit that white lady there, I'd be locked up right now. I'd be in prison. I'm disappointed in that court because I feel they showed no remorse for me. I'm a black man and that was a white lady and she hit me and almost killed me and she running around scot free. Not been charged with nothing, nothing. So I feel that I don't need to pay them nothing till they catch that lady and show me. If it was me, I'd be locked up if I hurt somebody that bad.
Can I see counsel in a breakout room, please?
I don't want to pay them nothing.
Mr. Tinsley, just hang on a moment. We're going to have a conference.
Mr. Belcher? Can you, I'm sorry, Mr. Montreal? Tinsley? Can you unmute again for me, please, sir?
Can you hear me?
I can, sir. All right, Mr. Tinsley, I'm gonna waive your fines and costs, not because this court didn't charge anybody or anything like that, because courts don't do charging. That's a prosecutor responsibility. And that would be a state prosecutor. And not even sure would go through this particular court. But in any event, you're unable to pay these bills, these tickets. And it seems like you're suffering enough. I'm gonna waive all fines and costs and close these
Yep,
matters.
I am.
Okay? So they are now closed. And
Thank you.
I am very glad that you lived and you survived.
Yeah,
We have
you
read,
gotta look at it online.
we already did, sir.
All right.
You're lucky to be alive, and I'm sure that you apparently met the hero that saved your life that day.
Yep.
I wish you nothing but the best. And
Thank you.
take care of yourself.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. I always want that, just so you know. Oh, okay, cool. Ypsilanti Township versus Crystal Booth, case number 20W002619A and B.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
This is Public Defender Davi Lieba on behalf of Ms. Booth. Ms. Booth, could you please unmute and state your name?
Miss Crystal Booth, if you could hit *6 to unmute your device, I would appreciate that. *6, Miss Booth.
Hello,
Yes, please state your name.
Crystal Booth.
Thank you. All right, we're here on 2 tickets, a dog license ticket and a dog at large ticket.
Yeah.
I believe you're supposed to be paying $50 per month. Have you been making your payments, ma'am?
Yes, I have. There was, I think 1 month there I skipped a payment, but then the next month I skipped it because I knew I was going to end up paying the whole $200 to pay off the ticket.
Okay.
So instead of paying $100, 50 1 month, 50 the next, I just skipped 1 month and then paid $200 to pay the ticket off, and then I just made another $50 payment.
Can you, which, 1 moment. You're saying if you pay the tickets off like that. You have them right there, what? Never mind. Oh, okay. All right, so you started out with a whole bunch of tickets, right?
Yeah.
And you're down to 2 now?
Yep.
All right. So on ticket
I think it
number,
was like 7 or something.
yeah, it was on 19W006774B, you owe $130, and then on the A ticket, you owe $225. So
Yeah.
good job. That's a beautiful thing. Thank you, Ms. Booth.
Hey man, I'm trying.
All right. I'll set it out to October the 11th. And if you're making
Okay.
payments, you don't have to be here. You don't have to show up and wait if you're paying, okay?
Okay, well, I just want to make sure that I do show up because before when I didn't show up, you guys issued a warrant for me, even though you told me I didn't have to show up.
But you were paying?
Yeah, I was. And
Oh.
then I don't know, somehow or another a warrant ended up issued and I don't even know. So
Yeah.
now I'm just like, I'll show up to everyone. I don't
Okay.
care.
All right. All right. All right. You might want to reach out to your attorney and just make sure that they know that you feel like you've paid and that you should be excused. Okay. And that might
All
be
right.
another way to do it. Okay. All right.
All right.
Thank you. Take care. There's someone here named Theo Smith. Could you unmute and tell us what your first and last name is?
Theophilus Smith.
Yes. We don't have a Theophilus Smith on our docket today.
A Theophilus Smith.
Or Theophilus Smith.
It was set for 10:30.
1 second, Mr. Smith, let us check into it, okay?
Okay.
And if you don't have on a shirt, sir, you need to put on one.
I do got a shirt on.
Do you? It's just brown?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
While we look that up, there's a phone number that ends in 6. It's tomorrow at 9 a.m., Mr. Smith.
No, I had one in this court for today.
Arraignment on the bench warrant is scheduled tomorrow at 9 a.m.
No, I had one for today.
That's the plan. It's still open for that meeting.
So,
The other matters have been closed.
all right, all your other matters are closed, sir. You just have an arraignment on the bench warrant that's scheduled for tomorrow at 9 a.m.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. And then there is a phone number here that ends in 6289. Could you please unmute by hitting *6 and telling us your first and last name? *6289. Please unmute. Tell us your first and last name. *6. 6289 is the last 4 digits on the phone number. Please unmute and tell us your first and last name.
Brianna Harris.
Thank you. Roll call the case of Ypsilanti Township versus Brianna Harris, case number 18T00214.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Dr. Lebo on behalf of Ms. Harris.
Thank you. All right, we're here for a violation of probation in this matter.
Yes, Your Honor, I have not been able to have contact with Ms. Harris, so I would ask that we adjourn this very briefly for that purpose.
Excuse me, you said that there's a violation to probation?
Yeah, wait. I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong date. 1 second. Ms. Straub. Am I missing a report? Do you have a report? Does anyone else have a report in this matter?
I don't.
All right.
I
Ms.
do not.
Straub, can you,
I'm sorry, who are we on, Your Honor?
Brianna Harris. I just freaked her out by reading a report from February, so I'm sorry about that, Miss Harris.
Is that mine, Shannon? Okay, yep, hold on 1 second, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, my understanding is that this is a review regarding payments.
That's it. I don't see where we discharge her from probation.
I've still been reporting to probation and community corrections
Thank
from
you.
my last court date.
Thank you. Give us 1 moment. Probation is doing some research right now. Okay, Ms. Harris, just give us a moment.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor.
Yes.
So I do not have a report on Miss Harris. Unfortunately, I missed that one on my docket when I was preparing my reports, but she has been reporting. It looks like at the last hearing, she still needed to complete the THC class and 70 hours of community service. I don't have any proof of that being submitted. I don't see anything in GIS either, that Mr. Heaton may have gotten it before he left.
Okay. Ms.
Yeah,
Harris?
I sent over the 80 hours of community service because when I had the last probation violation, you gave me an additional 10 hours. I sent all of that over to Mr. Heaton. In my last court date, I had sent over the certificate from the Hard Look at Cannabis class.
I kind of have
So
some
yeah,
recall of that actually. Because I
I'm
think
sorry, I
that
didn't
was,
hear you.
I said, I think I have recall of that. That was in April, right? In April you provided that? Okay,
Yes.
all right.
And I've been testing with community service or community corrections, and they're making me blow now. Everything's been negative. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke marijuana. So.
All right. Okay. Ms. Straub, if you could check with Mr. Heaton and see if he has any of that documentation just to confirm it all. And then it looks like she's on track at this point. And I need a update on when she's due to be discharged. I know I extended it back in October, but it looks like she's coming up on the end of her probation. If she's done everything she needs to do, I'll consider discharging her.
Her scheduled end date is September 28th of this year.
Okay. If she has completed all of her community service, and I think.
I can resend everything now if needed.
Yes, can you do that, Ms. Harris, please?
Yes, if I can possibly be entered into a breakout room and I can just get an email from someone, I can send everything over right now.
I'll put you in with Mr. Works.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, the court will recall the DeSandra Green matter. Case number 22T 00863.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Chinazi Kyriakin on behalf of Ms. Sandra Green. Ms. Green, can you state your name for the record?
Cassandra Green.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Kyriakin, what is your client requesting at this point?
Ms. Green would like to set this matter for a hearing, Judge.
All right. August 2nd, 2023 at 11 a.m. in person. I'll do a personal recognizance fine. You're all set, Ms. Green. Ypsilanti Township versus David Ketchens, case number 22T 00749.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Chinazi Kyriakin on behalf of Mr. David Ketchens. Mr. Ketchens, could you state your name for the record, please?
Sir, for whatever reason, we're not hearing you.
It's muted. Mr. Ketchens, you're still muted.
You have to hit the microphone button to unmute. There you
Sorry
go.
about that. I apologize for wasting the court's time. My name is David Ketchens.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right, Ms. Kyriakin.
Judge, we would like, Mr. Ketchens would like to plead guilty to the violation today, Judge.
And you've gone over the recommendation with him?
We have.
All right. Mr. Ketchens, at this time, your attorney is indicating that you would like to plead guilty to violation of your probation. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, please raise your right hand. Do you swear, thank you, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
So help me God.
Thank you. You may lower your hand, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is it true, sir, that you're gonna waive your right to have a hearing and you're gonna admit to failing to complete the community service?
Yes, ma'am.
You failing to complete the alcohol highway safety course?
Yes, Your Honor.
And failing to pay fines and costs as you were ordered to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you failed to report to probation for over 90 days?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I find that there's a factual basis for the guilty plea to the violation. Are you satisfied, Mr. Barnett?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Satisfied as well, Judge.
All right. Understanding that, and you've gone over the recommendation with your client, what is your request with respect to sentencing?
With requested sentencing, Your Honor, we would be asking that the court potentially delay the sentencing. There has been some progress made by Mr. Ketchens, and he wants a little bit of time to prove to the court that he is fully willing and capable of complying with all of his terms. He states that he is going to report today with probation. He has already started community service at the Ypsilanti Mutual Aid Network, and he states that he's going to send over proof of that. In regards to the ARM Alcohol Highway Safety Program, he has already paid for the program, but is waiting for an email confirmation of when to begin the classes. And he's slated to make a payment of $500 tomorrow. So we're just asking for a little bit of time to allow him to get into compliance, or as much compliance as possible. 30 days would be great if we could, Judge.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
August 16th, 2023 at 10 a.m.
August 16th.
Actually, I'm gonna make that 11 a.m.
11 a.m.
Yes,
Will
sir.
Will that be in person, Your Honor?
Yes, it will be.
Okay, thank you, Judge Watson.
All right, thank you, sir.
Have a good afternoon.
You too.
Yes, please.
Cause and failure to appears. Court will call the case of Willis Ellison, case number 22W005444.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Jeremy Floss, student attorney on behalf of Mr. Ellison, requesting permission to practice pursuant to Michigan Court Rule 8.120 under the supervision of Assistant Public Defender Chanaza Ikiri, Akin Road.
Permission is granted.
We've had no contact with Mr. Ellison, and we don't have any excuse for his absence today.
Ms. Barnett?
Given the nature of the offense, I wouldn't object to a show cause being set.
Show cause in this matter for August 16th, 2023 at 10 a.m.
He's got a pre-trial.
Show cause and pretrial. Oh, I'm sorry, at 9 a.m. Okay.
Can you repeat that date, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
August 16th at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
AMK Properties LLC.
Yeah.
23T11843.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township. Your Honor, this is a zoning violation set for formal hearing. The property is now in compliance. The township moves to dismiss the ticket.
All right, thank you. Dismissed. Ypsilanti Township versus Pamela Davis, 23T11841.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township, another zoning blight violation, Your Honor. In this situation, the owner of the property recently passed away. The township has been in discussions with the family members, and we're asking to adjourn this formal hearing 3 weeks to allow them to come into compliance.
Adjourned to August 2nd, 2023 at 10 a.m. Ypsilanti Township versus Mejka Erdmanis Bailey, case number 23T11806.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township. Your Honor, this case is another zoning blight issue. Involves a dead tree that has fallen on this property and also fallen into a neighbor's property. Today was the date and time set for formal hearing. No one has appeared. We would ask for entry of a default and fine of $100, as well as an order allowing the township to enter the property and remove the offending tree and bring it into compliance and charge that amount back to the property owner.
Granted.
I'll prepare that order and submit it, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ypsilanti Township versus Jacoby Gow, case number 22W00166. I'm sorry, 1160.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Dodgy Leba on behalf of Mr. Gao, whom we have not been able to have contact with.
Defendant failed to appear or pay at the last hearing. Do we know if any payments have been made? It appears no payments have been made. Bench warrant to issue. $5,000, 10%. Calling the Christopher Miller matters, case number 20W0030, I'm sorry, 38068 and B, 21W00882 A, B, and C.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Davy Lee, on behalf of Mr. Miller, whom we have also not had contact with.
The defendant failed to appear or pay on July 12th. Could you tell me whether or not he has had any payments since then?
Your Honor, looking at JIS, I do not see that he has made any payments.
Defendant having failed to appear or failed to pay, bench warrant to issue. And the matters in which bench warrants can issue, so let's see what those are. Can you see if that can dismiss? In case number, I'm sorry, wait 1 second. I gotta let her, can't do two things at one time.
It's been disclosed, but yeah, still haven't, it's been $45 clearance fee, which is clearance fee. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Case number 21W000882A, bench warrant to issue in the amount of 5,000, 10%. Defendant just simply failed to appear in the B ticket. And defendant failed to appear in the 20W003806B ticket. And in the 20W003806A, 5,000, 10%. The remaining ticket is just a clearance fee that is due. Roll call the case of Ypsilanti Township versus Stefan Doran, case number 20P00685. He's excused from today's date. The case will be closed once he's paid in full. I was. There's no recommendation for a new date. All right, where are we with the Brianna Harris matter, please?
I have received her proof of community service and her class. So I
Okay.
would be okay with the discharge as well.
Court will recall the case of Ypsilanti Township versus Brianna Harris, case number 18T00214.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Leva on behalf of Ms. Harris.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Harris,
Yes.
congratulations. You are discharged from probation.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Washington.
You are all set. Thank you for putting in the work. And thank you for
Thank
having
you,
a
and I
change of
appreciate
attitude
it.
over the chat. We had to do some work with you, but you finally got there, right?
Yes, Ms. Washington, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you for working with me. OMG.
Thank you. Take care. All right.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you so much, you as well.
Bye.